So, it's all fair in love, war, and art. Don't get me wrong, knowing the fundamentals helps quite a bit. But if I'm being held back by my own thoughts and giving myself that excuse of, I don't really know how to do it, there's not really a rule set for art. Even how to treat material gets overthrown by contemporary art quite a bit. So this is the first step for me. Don't hold back, just start doing something. Art happens outside of the mind. At least, that's how I like to think about it. Alright, let's break down my process of making a painting. The first thing I do after I found my motive is sketching. On this one, I took quite some sketches to get comfortable. To me, the composition just didn't really feel right. So I kept sketching on paper over and over, changing a few things here and there. I was trying to find one that would work for me. Eventually, I went back to a sketch I made halfway through and redrew it. When I first start with a canvas, I take a light blue to sketch the first layer. And the second layer, I usually take a red to be able to make adjustments where need be. When I start with black, I'm looking to get the sketch right. If I wouldn't feel comfortable, I'd use a third color before I make the black outlines. But in this case, twice was enough for me. I choose my palette. In this case, I used yellow that looks like orange, an actual yellow, magenta, red, cyan, green, and another green I didn't use. Well, anyways, after choosing my colors, I'm trying to get the overall light composition down. Put the dark where the dark is, put the color where I want color, and put the light on the light parts. I end up painting over some of the colors I blocked in. I'm just trying to support the shapes with the color layout and go by feel. I just think it's way easier to paint over something than to follow perfect rule set of color composition. When I feel myself thinking more and more about light, and actually wanting to shift my focus to shading, I know it's time for the background. Just to weave in a layer early, I will have to come back to it at the end anyways. But this way, it can already dry while I work on other stuff. I use magenta, white, and 2 yellows to get this pinkish color you might have seen in my other video. Here, I can lay down the foundations of any outline adjustments. I'm saying foundations because it takes more than one coat of color to paint over something. Lately, I find myself enjoying the blank spaces quite a bit. So in this one specifically, I didn't plan for that white part to appear. As some say, happy little mistakes, right? At this point, I'm looking to work with the colors I already put down in the first layer. I add more or change them as I please. But the first layer is my foundation. I build on it. Eventually, I arrive at the refining part. This is the time to change any minor mistakes, add highlights, and just overall finish up the painting. So, to finish up, I go over the background color again to make it more vibrant. I take care of the edges again because this is the last step. I want the edges to be crisp. I then take a white and I boldly cover the blank space I left earlier. This was quite a struggle for me to paint. The hands gave me quite a headache, but I stuck with it and I just worked my way through it. I like the motive. It's subtle and calm. Still, it's fun to look at. It's kind of cute even. So yeah, I like it. It's a good one. If you're struggling to not follow any rules, you might like this video.